And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. We are back for some URC action. The Stormers looking to go be a third second team to get a victory this weekend after the Bulls and the Lions did just that. Last night, we saw the Bulls beating Connacht with a bonus point, and then the Lions, already kind of the surprise result of the weekend, also getting a bonus point victory. They were up against Cardiff last night. A very good performance from the home side. But now, the question is, can the Stormers, the reigning champions, in their first game at the DHL Stadium since lifting that trophy, can they pick up where they left off last season and get a good result today? The question is, would you like to win some free bets? And the answer is obviously yes. So a big thank you to BetCoza who are powering this stream. And you can win yourself a free bet. Right, I'm going to put a link in the description. And that is to go and put your score prediction on. Right, so link in the description. Go and put your score predictions in there. In fact, I'm actually going to remove that quickly. I'm going to put it. Right, so you can predict the score and win. Right, so I want you to go and okay, so go to that link and go and put your prediction in right now, and we will then be drawing a winner of the free of a 50 Rand free bet, as well as a 100 Rand free bet. Will go to the person with the closest score prediction. What's going to get a poll going? Who do you think will win this match? Stormers or Edinburgh? We have 5 minutes away from kickoff, so go and get your score predictions in and stand a chance to win a free bet. Big congratulations to, I think it was Joshua, Letu, and Denver, I think it was last night, who all won free bets courtesy of BetCoza. If you would like to win a free bet, then go right now and go get your score prediction in. Sign up for BetCoza using the link in the description and stand a chance to win a free bet. I want to see what the score predictions are. So, as I said, the link is in the description to go get your score predictions in. Go get them locked in. Closest score prediction will win a 100 Rand free bet courtesy of BetCoza. We'll also be giving a free bet away to the value of 50 Rand to anybody at random who has submitted a score prediction. So go and get that sorted sooner rather than later. Right, so we're going to have a chance to go look at some of the teams. There's two very strong teams being named. A debut for Joseph Drever back in the Stormers, back in South Africa, playing in Stormers colours for the first time. Very exciting to have him playing in South Africa, and a very stacked team today. Big news, for example, Damian Williamson playing today, and the significance of that is obviously the fact that on the back of yesterday, he has signed a new 5-year contract, which will keep him at the side until at least 2027. So that's pretty big news for other Stormers, be able to get them to lock down and commit to the union. But if we look at the two sides, as they are start to come out for the game. Right, so the home side is Adi Pamark, Joseph Dweber, Neertling Bashir, Salman Murat, Marvin Ori. So already, if you look at that, that's that tied five, three cap Springbok players. Dion Fourie, Hachiva Daimani, Evan Roos, two Springboks in there. Evan Roos, obviously the player of the season last season for the tournament, and Dion Fourie coming off a very good Springbok couple of cameos. You then got Paul de Vet next to Monty Liebach, Angelo Davis, Damian Williamson, Dan du Plessis, Simon Hartzenberg, the exciting youngster, Caden Blommetjies, the Watchalong elect, Andre Hugo Fenter, Brock Harris, Sazi Sunday, the replacement front row, RJ Smith, Ernst van Rijn, Julia Pokamela in the 6-2 split, Hershey Yankee, Sasha Ngomazulu, your two backline players. If we're looking at Edinburgh, Pierre Skuman, Stuart McAnally, and Willem Nel, Pierre Nel as he's been known in the front row, Sam Skinner, Grant Gilchrist, Jamie Ritchie, Hamish Watson, Nick Haney completes the pack. You then got Ben Vellicott next to Blair Kinghorn, Damien Hoyland, James Lang, Mark Bennett, Darcy Graham in the 14, Henry Immelman, the South African-born fullback. Off the bench, Dave Cherry, Bone Fenter, Luan de Brain, Glenn Young, Ben Mancaster, Henry Pagos, Charlie Sabalada, and Chris Dean rounding off the Edinburgh side. If we look at the official for today, the referee today is Frank Murphy. He'll be assisted by Stephen Geldenes and Marius van der Westhuizen, I think it is. And then we have got Adam Jones as our TMO today down in Cape Town. Right, so very quickly, we're gonna lock the score predictions off at the 20-minute mark. So get your score predictions in there. Go and visit the link in the description over there. Go and get your score predictions in there. The person with the closest score prediction will win a R100 free bet, courtesy of BetCoza, whilst we will be doing a random draw to win a R50 free bet. So we had 3 winners last night. Hopefully, get another 2 winners in this stream, and then also 2 more winners later tonight. We do have the whistle is gone. We will have kickoff here. Edinburgh playing in their orange strip, Stormers in their usual blue strip. Kickoff will be right to left. So the Stormers will receive. And it's going to be an early touch of the ball here for Dan du Plessis. It's a good take out of the air there for Dan du Plessis. And already an early carry for Evan Roos. Paul de Vet now waiting for the ball to be presented before he managed to find a bit of fine touch here. And Paul de Vet will find touch just by the halfway line. So a decent exit there from the Stormers. Good start from them. Muspasa, nice W by the well, nice deal off one heaving hammer pie for Noreen building nicely. Coach don't do their work nicely. Yeah, very happy with what I'm seeing with the Lions. They are seeing progression, 2 very big results, back-to-back results, which is quite exciting, and also very exciting to be able to do that in tricky conditions last night. Nick Haney, strong carry there, the number 8 for Edinburgh. Now Kinghorn at 10, a position where he's still coming to terms with it. I mean, they're viewing him as a 10 for Scotland, so it definitely has to play a lot more there throughout the season, and hopefully a big season for him to be able to settle into that jersey. But that's a really good bit of defence there from the Stormers, driving the Edinburgh behind the gain line, and all of a sudden Ben Vedicott will now bring out the box kick for a couple of chases. So the likes of Hoyland will give chase. It's swirling around in the Cape Town aim. Oh, it was almost very well taken, but then knocked forward. And we've got a double knock on, so we'll have our first scrum of the day. First scrum of the day, always a very important moment for both sides to try and assert a bit of dominance early on. Not the strongest front row Storm can be put out because they will be welcoming back Stephen Kitsoff and Frans Maherbe eventually. But Ali Mark and Neil Bashir, very accomplished scrummagers. And a big test for me for this year is to see if the DHL Stadium can hold up, because we had really big issues with the turf and it's sort of cutting up and not being able to sort of and people players losing their footing, not really being able to get scrums and stuff like that, which is very frustrating for a side that does have a very good scrum. So come on, man. It's far too many resets here. Let's get this going. Let's get this going. Right, reset here. Before penalty advantage here for Edinburgh. Ben Vedicott now goes to King On. King On looking to take it to the line. Gets his hands to the tackle. He's the ball and Pittsburgh goes. And he's found a lot of space here. King On gets into the 22. Poor defense there from the Stormers. And a really poor pass. I'll go back for the penalty. No, penalty advantage was the call. Play to the whistle there. Stormers almost being guilty of the Monty basically stopped playing. And that's really poor because Edinburgh have turned that ball over. And advantage for all side. I mean, that was the perfect turnover from Monty Leibach, but they were so convinced that we're going to get a penalty advantage. So interesting decision here for Edinburgh. Will they go for touch? I mean, it's right in front of the pole, so I want to imagine that Blake King was waiting for his kicking tee. Right, and absolutely no issue there for Blake King on. So Edinburgh, the first to strike. Getting 3-0 around, so yeah, all good day. I mean, day's been good so far, I suppose. Got a braai later, which seems quite nice. Very, very hot weather up here in Joburg, so need to get some beers and settle in and watch some sport tonight. Yeah, and Leibach now, I mean, they'll be a bit actually coach killer, and you think that he intercepted it really well, and then they just start playing. Bit of a scrappy restart this, and Nick Haney eventually managing to... Actually, no, it's not Nick Haney. Grant Gilchrist cleaning up there for Edinburgh. Now that is Haney. And a lot of pressure from Dion Free and Marvin Ori. And they do find touch to Edinburgh. Pretty sloppy start, it must be said, from the Stormers. Going to try and tighten a few things up here. But early days, just 7 minutes in. And again, you still have an opportunity to try and win a free bet. Go and get your score prediction in there. As I said, we had 3 winners last night. You can win a 50 Rand free bet. Or ask the closest person to predict it. We'll get a 100 Rand free bet. There's Karen to Benny in the stands there. Currently injured at the moment. Now Willemse bringing in down to perceive. Willemse back at inside centre. Paul de quick ball to Monty Liebach. Good pass there out to Hartenberger. Cuts inside. Good work there by Angela. Oh, that's a bit harsh, I think. Angelo Davids penalised Senior, which I think is a little bit harsh, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's a very harsh call on Davids. He gets himself nice and low to make the cleanup. His hands were on the floor simply because he was trying to get low enough, but he never really. I don't think he was ever leaning on his hands. I think he was open. I think he was supporting his body weight through most of it. And turnover ball there from Stormers. Really good work there, Edinburgh from the line out. Stormers just showing it up there. Also a little bit lethargic start at the moment so far to the game. I think, it's just been a bit... yeah, players are sort of taking a while to sort of get going. Looks like it's very hot in Cape Town, so the conditions, I think, will obviously play in the hands of the Stormers. So that would be a bit more used to the heat. Akira Diamani, the man who had his hands over the ball. What a revelation he's been for the Stormers. Turned out to be a brilliant signing for them. Really has. Right, Stormers now on the right hand side, just inside their own half. Really good opportunity here. They've got the full lift width of the field to attack. The big scrum they're coming from Edinburgh. And Evan Lewis does pick up and go. Needs a bit of support here. Hamish Watson is lurking. Storm is available. Stormers. Paul de Vet looking to go for the box kick here. Paul de Vet lifts it high in the air. Chase coming from Hartenberg. Is going to be able to get there. No, he won't be able to compete. England brings it down pretty easily. It's turnover ball for Edinburgh. Katie puts his head down, but solo tackle being made there by Mark and Salman Murat. Now Velikov from the base of the scrum. High in the air. We're seeing a lot of here. And nobody really wants it. Hotzenberg's getting in the way there, but nobody's really going for it. Damani comes away with it. Inside ball to Monty Liebach. Liebach manages to get to Paul de Vet. Comes it backwards. Hotzenberg comes away with it. Hotzenberg working hard to start staying in field. He does. Ball pops up to Paul de Vet, who does knock it on. To turnover ball here for Edinburgh. Pops to Pierre Skuman, who goes to McAnally. Right, now Kinghorn not too much on. Puts a little chip ahead. Glenn Blomiki is now been into the game for the first time. Forrest for high tackle there. I think Alternate Irman actually kind of gave the penalty away himself because he put his hands up. Paul de Vet goes to Evan Rose. First receiver, Monty Liebach now. Monty Liebach brings it short to Joseph Draber. Nice big hit from him. Paul de Vet now to Evan Rose. Evan Rose gets away from one, brought down by Pierre Skuman. Go back for the high tackle. Hamish Watson was doing well there to slow the breakdown. Yeah, just a hard tackle there from Henry Norman. Hands go straight up. As I said, he kind of basically awarded it to himself. Right, Money we'll kick to touch. We'll see our first line from Joseph Dweber. A reminder, you still have 8 minutes to lock in your score predictions. Use the pinned comment there. Go onto the website and predict your score. The closest prediction will win a 100 Rand free bet of Betcoza. The runner-up, well, not even the runner-up, we'll do a lucky draw. To everybody that does a score prediction, they'll win 50 Rand. So go and get that sorted now and get yourself a chance to get some free bets to use. So line up there, just we'll take a bit of confidence there. Our first sort of rolling more we're going to see from the Stormers. Good response there, though. Josh Durban needs to get this ball down. I don't know if this ball's going to get out. It has been turned over. They usually use that, Stormers. So both teams so far have been pretty good with the more defense. But Stormers scrum at the moment. Definitely missing the likes of a Stephen Kitsoff and a Frans Maherba. I must admit, I've never been massive Alistair Vermaak and Nearly Bashir fans. I think there's just such a big gulf in quality between Kitsoff and Maherba and those two. So PTO was conceded so far by Edinburgh, 2 from Stormers. Stormers just not quite clicking so far. We've had a couple of good touches, but haven't really had a decent sort of extended run of play of opportunities here. Edinburgh scrum definitely looked a bit of the two. Nick Haining decides, he almost tried to pop over the top. Now he goes himself. Eventually brought down by Money Liebach. Good work there from the number 8. Inside back from Velicott. Number 7 never back inside. Hachiba Diamani being given away a penalty now. Velicott goes to Kinghorn. Kinghorn sees a bit of space, goes himself. Good tackle there by Money Liebach. I'll go back for the penalty. Stormers, it's been a little bit... I said they've been sloppy. So far. The scrub hasn't really operated as well, giving me a couple of very just average penalties, needless penalties. And 15 minutes in, and neither side really hitting their straps just yet. I'm going to close the poll at 100 votes, nearly 100 votes. Not too many people so far putting in their score predictions. As I said, follow that link, get yourself your prediction in, win yourself a free bet. It's a no lose, only win situation, really. Right, Edinburgh finding themselves just shy of the Stormers 22. McInerney goes to Grant Gilchrist. Grant Gilchrist gets up well. Does pretty well, more set there as well. McInerney comes back, grabs the ball. McInerney goes away himself. Moniba takes out his legs. And penalty back on side. Damian Williamson is penalised there, and there should be another 3-pointer. So, Stormers is paying the price, being a bit sloppy at the moment. My time is pretty much bang on sync with what TV is here. So I think it's maybe like a 10-second difference between our scoreboard and what I'm watching here. First stop, there's calls, comes from the referee, so McInerney needs to look at using this. Now getting a bit of momentum, but he's right up against the touchline. I think he's going to get walked into touch here. Somehow managing to keep it. It's a big thumping tackle there coming from Josh Dweba on Velikart. Hamish Watson, give and go. We'll pick up and go from him. Hachiba Darmani bringing him down. Now Pierce Kuhlman. Stopped in his tracks by Joseph Dweba. Now McInerney. Strong hit from him. Dion Ferree over the ball trying to pull for it. And a penalty advantage. That's poor from Marvin Ori. He was told not to use it. Now a bit of a free roll of the dice. Long pass out wide. Good cover defense there from, I think it was Simon Hartzenberg, whose Bromwich was beaten. Storms under the pressure here. Nick Hayling carries it strongly. Still a penalty advantage here. Edinburgh now moving towards the right. Good hands, good hands. Ball over the top to Darcy Graham. Sorry, it's not Darcy Graham. It's back inside as James. Is he over? Bennett could be over here. We're going to have a look at the TMO. At the very least, it'll be a penalty, but Edinburgh could well be over here. It's Mark Bennett who finds himself on the wing. No, he's out. He has stepped out. So Martin Lieberg has done enough there. We'll go back to the penalty. Couple of fans in there, not quite very far away from a full house. So yeah, not quite the sort of the capacity. I mean, the crowds we wanted to see. We're hoping to see bigger crowds this season. Obviously, will take a while to get going. 2 o'clock on a Saturday. I mean, I think it's pretty prime time. I think 4 o'clock maybe would have been the ideal one. But it's a decent. Looks like a decent crowd on the main grandstand. I think it's going to take a while to get back into the URC. Obviously, we're still in a little bit of a hangover from right, so now after the water break, Kinghorn finds touch on the 5-meter line. And yeah, Edinburgh going to have another go here. Stormers' defense needs to shore up a bit, and I think this discipline. They could be at risk of losing a player. They don't be careful. Conceding a lot of penalties. They're now in the danger zone, so can't afford to keep conceding penalties. They're going to lose something to the bin. Big early shove there. Once at the call. Good wall defense so far here from Stormers, and they're driving Edinburgh back. McInerney's going to have to use this. Now all of a sudden they're finding a bit of momentum. But Marvin always comes through the middle, and I think Marvin's always got his hands on it. It is available though. Yeah, it's going to be turnover, boy. Oh no. Well, it's an Edinburgh scrum. So the ball looked like it come out, and the referee was saying use it, but then Medicott not being able to move enough for feet and stuff to get the ball as large, so it will be an Edinburgh put-in. So previous meetings, it was a draw, 2020 draw, around this time last year, but then Stormers beating Edinburgh in the quarterfinals, 28 points to 17. So Edinburgh yet to beat the Stormers. But so far, it's been pretty one-way traffic. It's been very much orange that have dominated so far. Storm has really been quite poor in the early stages, it must be said. Right, so we had 112 people voting for who they think is going to win, and everybody backing the Stormers, 91% of the votes there. At the moment, Storm is just weathering the storm. You need to try and get out of this. If they can get out of this without stealing any points, I think they'll be happy with the two sides. But at the moment, just very little ball in hand, very little opportunity to attack. And it's all very well having a team that's fantastic on the attack, but you don't get any ball. Edinburgh trying to find that scrum penalty, trying to edge forward. It is used though. Inside ball is left behind, but backwards. Vellicott has a bit of a snipe. Hamish Watson pick up and go. Hamish Watson almost over. Just short. Yellow card. Another penalty at Bridgman. And yellow card, I think, is to Marvin Ori. Who's the yellow card to? Yeah, Monty Liebach will leave the field. That's not a good. At least you got the likes of Damian Williamson who can slot in there. But Storm is down to 14 men. We did think that we were saying that a yellow card is on the cards here, given the discipline issues that we are having. So Marnie Liebach into the bin. Not what they would have liked to have seen. Not what they need right now. So Damian Williamson will be basically covering 10 and 12 at the moment for the next 10 minutes. That's a much better scrum there from Stormers. It is available though. Billycock goes towards the right. Good tackle by Paul DeVet. Atiba Darmani gets over. Slow ball here for Edinburgh, but they do have it. Nick Canning picks up and goes. Dion Free fighting to try and slow down the ball there. Grant Gilchrist. Now Pierre Skuman. Isolated a little bit, but support does come and find him. Now Vellicott finds Hamish Watson, who is not in the angle there. It's a big hit on him. Edinburgh going into their sixth phase. So far, Stormers' defense holding firm. Pick up and go. They're going to get Pierre Skuman just up against the pole here. Advantage number 3 offside, so net Ivashir. Damian Williamson wary to the threat on the short side there. Now Hamish Watson. Evan Ruiz, but Hamish Watson's twisting. I think it'll be held up, so we'll go back for the penalty. Yeah, held up, so we'll go back for the penalty. Stormers discipline really they're costing them, and they could be at risk of losing another one. Time is off, yeah. Right, how's the trend? Hope you're well. Just to say, Edinburgh have 2 international props. They do, Pierre now and Pierre Skuman. Those good Scottish names have got Scotland caps to their name. So after this passage of play, we will be closing our score prediction game. So as I said, I'm gonna put the link once again in the comments. Predict the score and win yourself a free bet. We will be giving the person with the close prediction will be winning a £100 free bet, and we'll then be doing a lucky draw for a £50 free bet. There is the link. Go and sign up for bet codes as well. Obviously, you have to sign up for bet codes to be eligible to win that. We will be doing that at the end of the game. So go and get that signed up. So another scrum here. Edinburgh really trying to sort of put their foot in the throat here and try and get through. But so far, to be fair, a lot of discipline issues, but Stormers' defense has not been breached yet. So I suppose that is credit to them. But the question at the moment is how long can they last? That's a huge shove from Edinburgh. We could be in penalty. Oh, that's another good counter shove. The penalty advantage, though. Bettercott goes to Bennett. Bennett shows and goes. Runs into Evan Ruiz. Sorry, it was Paul de Vet. Right up against they show. Oh, Macadai has knocked it forward pretty much over the line. They'll go back for the penalty. And I'll tell you what, we've got to be in penalty try areas, not maybe even at the yellow card. I mean, there have been so many penalties. Yeah, they're back on a warning. They're back on a warning. They're going to go for another scrum here. The Edinburgh front row is licking their lips, and right by the poles here, I mean, they're basically going to try and walk us over. And the Stormers front row, Neatly Bashir, Alistair, Alec Mark, they need to step up here because at the moment they're under siege. Mark Stoney said Don needs to give them a good talking to at half time. Where's what's probably quality at prop? Well, Carly Sardi came out of the Cape, and somebody's gone down. Then we're gonna have another reset. Not quite the start the Stormers were expecting. I don't think they thought they're going to be pegged back in their own 22 for this sort of time of period, and such a siege down to 14 men as well. So really not much going well for the Stormers at the moment. But if you can go to the Storm, if you can try and get out of this, stay in the game, you take a lot of confidence out. But they need to start shaping up a little bit. Yeah, we need to see Neatly Bashir and Ali Kamark with the big scrum. As we saw last night, the Lions were scrum dominance, and it kind of carried them throughout the entire match. It's gone down outside, another reset here. Come on, lads. We can't spend the entire time just resetting scrums here. Units available for Edinburgh. And he pops to Bettercott. Bettercott goes short to Bennett. Bettercott now Nick Haining. Pick up and go. Just short. This is courageous defense here from the Stormers. The question is how long can they keep it out? Oh, I think they're over, by the way. I think Schoeman's over. And try. Well, it was a matter of time, wasn't it? It was just a matter of time. And the siege eventually provides relief as Edinburgh get over through Pierre Schoeman. That scraggly hair of his walks away, chest puffed out. He's scrummed Stormers to their knees, and he's now gotten the try. At the moment, Stormers pack need to kind of they need to man up here from at a scrum time. Defensively, so far. Yeah, gets over. He just gets over the tackle of I think it was Dion Ferrier and Joe Streba to get over, and with that conversion successful from Blair Kinghorn, Edinburgh open up a 10-point advantage. Storm is still down to 14 men, so a bit of a disaster start so far for the Stormers, who have not quite been at the races yet. It must be said. All right, Williamson gets back underway, goes towards the right-hand side. Richie, plenty of time to decide he does. And Darmani, the first man there to make the tackle. Still about 3 minutes left in the Money Leebox yellow card. Now Bellicott goes to the boot. Chasing hard here is Hoyland, but it's a very good take from Clayton Blommetjies. Right, Stormers with some rare possession. Paul de Vet goes to Salman Murat. Pick up and go here from Evan Lewis. Doesn't have much support. Support needs to come. Makes it available to Paul de Vet. It's a flat ball there from Netley Bashir. Now Williamson inside. Oh, trying to get the pass away to Paul de Vet. And it has been knocked forward. So first time. Obviously, Scrum as Master saying, while can't Stormers get quality props, they should be your highest paid in first team. Well, to be fair, they do have Stephen Kitsoff and Francois Herber, so it would be a bit of a different situation if they were playing. I mean, yeah, this is the Edinburgh's first choice front row. It'd be a different thing if, you know, if they're being absolutely decimated by Bowen Fenter and Luan de Bray. Nice idea from Williamson. And then Paul de Vet managing to grab it and then just losing it in contact. So it'll be another scrum here. And for Stormers, the last... I mean, they don't want to be scrumming at the moment. They can't be scrumming. It's another water break here. Guys, come on. I'm so bored of these water breaks. I mean, with 36 minutes after what was supposed to... That's some very flippin' freaky ass. Somebody needs to go check that guy. Somebody loves everyone else more than free Wi-Fi. Apparently that's a big thing. I mean, there's so much free Wi-Fi these days. Is it really that deep? Come on. Right, Money Leebox getting ready to come back on. After serving his ban. Edinburgh have capitalized. They have scored a try whilst he's been off the field. So he will need to come and make amends. Big scrum again from Edinburgh, but no penalty coming. Bellicott goes to Kinghorn. Kinghorn goes to Lang. Lang to Bennett. Good hands here. Hoyland now down the left-hand side. Cuts inside. Paul de Vet makes the tackle. Good hands from Gilchrist. He gives it away to his lock partner, Sam Skinner. Bellicott now to Kinghorn. Kinghorn to Lang, but it's gone through the hands there. And Damian Williamson managed to jump on it and turn it over. If he can stay in field... Yeah, it is turnover ball. And a penalty for the Stormers. And that's the relief that they've been needing. A big cheer from the crowd because they've been under the pump. Right, Money Leebox back on the field. So Stormers back to a full contingent just in time for this penalty. Ruby said props are already playing in the UK and France. Kids from Malherbe, or did they leave? No, they're still there. They're just not available because they're busy being rested after Springbok duty. Obviously, it gets sucks having two international at prop. Haven't been able to watch the game. Husbands are looking back at 12. Well, they haven't had the ball really. So I mean, there are a couple of times he has had the ball. He's looked pretty good. But now Des Driver bringing in Damian Williamson himself, making a few yards there. Now need a quick recycle. Yeah, do the Stormers pick up and go from Dion Ferry. Up to the 5 meter, yeah. Ball comes loose. Joseph Drever, that's another big carry from him. Paul de Vet popping up to Willemse. He turns away from one tackle. Still 5 minutes short, trying to get over the gain advantage, the line advantage here. Stormers Dion Free, quick up off the line. There was Nick Haining. Now they go to the left hand side. Evan Lewis wasn't really expecting that. Now quick defense, ball up from EDINBURGH to Chiva Diamani. Pops it back to Paul de Wet, who goes to Salamura. Salamura puts his head down. That's a nice big carry from him. Paul de Wet gives it good hands, but the ball doesn't quite go to Salamura Hartzenberg. He needs to cut inside. Does cut inside. Tackle's caught, so they have to release. Slow ball here for Paul de Wet. Inside ball to Marvin Ori. Couple of deft touches here, but to little effect. Salamura once again pretty strong in the angle. Paul de Wet. Lee-Box sees a bit of space opening ahead of him. It does quickly close. Paul de Wet not going to net. Never very isolated. Ball coming loose. A turnover ball. Pierre Scrum gets it away. And Henry Emmelman will kick it back, but there is a penalty from the referee. I think it might have come from the touch judge. I think it was offside as the call here. Well, Addy Famark has just been replaced by Brock Harris. And I think that Addy Famark has been pulled for what was a very ordinary scrummaging performance. So making the big call here, not afraid to make those calls, is John Dobson and his coaching staff. Lawrence Smith saying, if Williamson's back at 12, I'm glad he's superb. Maybe should be looked at 12th box. We never got some amazing outside talent that Williamson can put away. Yeah, I think I'd be interested to see if we can get one game at the end of year tour for Williamson at 12. If Lindy's not available for that last test, where we might be playing with our Japanese and English players, then for me, the obvious candidate would be to play Damian Williamson at 12. Yeah, Eddie from Mark been pulled. I think he knows that he was out scrum there. I think he had a very tough time against VPN now. And they brought on the experience in the likes of Brock Harris at the Stormers. Right, time on Stormers with the penalty. 6 minutes to go. They're going to touch here. Looking for the full 7 points. Just Davis so far, pretty solid lineouts. Goes to Marvin Ori. More here, just Dribber. And they seem to have found a bit of space here, fighting hard. It's broken up a little bit. Now it's gone down. The question is, will it be available? It is available. And turnover ball. Another maul that's just sort of crumbled for the Stormers. And turnover ball. And once again, Stormers really not managing to capitalize on any opportunities. Another opportunity goes begging. EDINBURGH with a 10-point lead. Have turnover ball with 5 minutes to go for half time. And a very disgruntled Stormers coaching staff, I think, are busy formulating what they're going to be telling at half time. No, Delendy is perfect 12 for box. Okay, well, if he's not playing, he's not playing. And Esterhazen as well as part of the English club. That last test against England is outside the international test window. So if the Japanese and the English-based players can't play, then that takes out Esterhazen as well as Delendy. Makes them both unavailable for that test match. But I don't understand how that's going to happen because we're playing against England. So surely the Premiership players will be able to play that. I mean, if Esterhazen is not available for that last test, then surely the English players can't be made available. Let's be trying to turn the ball over our Stormers, but it's available for Villicott. Rolls it back. Not going to find touch there, but it is brilliantly taken by, I think it's Darcy Graham there. So EDINBURGH keeping possession, but still not outside 22. Now Nick Haining carrying strongly. Billycott once again going to try and progress a bit further up the field. Can still look to find touch. I don't think he is going to find touch. Now it's going to go down to Angelo Davis' throat. Angelo Davis goes inside to Clayton Blommakeys. Clayton Blommakeys, what can he conjure up? Goes pretty straight. Tom Murad picks up and goes. Monty Leibach looks to bring in Damian Williamson. Long pass out wide to Dan du Plessis. Dan du Plessis cuts inside. Dan du Plessis has burst through. He's looking for support. He's looking for options. Dan du Plessis gives away to Angelo Davids. Angelo Davids has got the pace. Cuts inside. Angelo Davids. Oh, he's come up just short. Can they recycle? Can they recycle? Brilliant run there from Angelo Davids. They're just short. Advantage for the Stormers. Paul DeVette, you need to find that ball, Chief. It's eventually available for Paul DeVette. And it's a penalty against Edinburgh. Well, what an opportunity there for Angelo Davis, coming up just short. We're checking for a potential grounding here from Angelo Davids. I think he's short, Joe. I don't think he's any grounding whatsoever. So there's going to be a penalty anyway, which might not be, which probably. I mean, it's frustrating because we needed. Paul DeVette needed to try and get the ball out there and try and use it because they really haven't been able to. They haven't looked particularly good from the set piece here so far. Yeah, there's no grounding here, so we'll go back for the penalty. Question is, what can they do with it? They don't have an operating scrum. The Edinburgh have defended them all very well so far, so you can't just kick it to touch and hope to maul it over. Yeah, we're going to have a penalty against Edinburgh as well as a yellow card. Was cynical, which is fair. Right, so McInerney's going into the bin. Now Edinburgh down to 14 men. Well, Stormers players thought they were going to try, so they're having to come all the way back to Edinburgh. I don't know where they thought they were going to find grounding there. So I don't know why they thought they had scored there. There was definitely no grounding. But big opportunity now just before half time. 2 minutes to go. McInerney in the bin. So he'll spend the first few minutes of the second half in the bin. Stormers need to capitalize. They've got to find some points here. Convert a try at half time will put them back within 3. But if they can't capitalize, it'll be a 10-point advantage at half time. Nick Haney's been sacrificed so they can bring on a replacement hooker. They're calling the scrum here, also the Stormers, which is probably not a bad idea. They have, as I said, they're going to have to just brought in a replacement hooker, but they are going to be a man down in the scrum. And obviously, Brock Harris also just onto the park, so that'll be a bit of a boost for the Stormers. But, I mean, you've got to be looking at going under the policy. You've got Damian Williamson inside, Martin Liebach ready to cook. You can have Evan Lewis coming off the back of the scrum, but they're going to look for a big shove first up. Here comes the shove. Paul de Vet goes himself. Paul de Vet goes down to the sea. Down to sea. It's been hit very hard the tackle by Henry Immelman. And they're trying to hold him up. And the ball's come loose. That'll be a penalty. Offside there. I'll tell you, at this stage, it almost becomes almost worth it for the Stormers to just kick 3. They just can't find a try scoring opportunity. Go to the line here. So Stormers will be trying to score a try of their own more. Another good line out there from the Stormers. Marvin Ory. Dion Farid controlling things. And Dion Farid is over. Well, that's what they needed, and they found it through Dion Farid. Dion Farid has managed to burst through the middle. Straight through the middle. Nobody in front of him. Stormers hit back on the brink of half-time. Edinburgh, well, once again, a big kick this for Martin Liebach. Right, and Liebach as the extra 2. Right, so the Stormers will go into half-time. 3-point deficit. It must be said, against round play, the last 10 minutes they started to go back, but the first sort of 30 minutes there was very much one-way traffic in favour of Edinburgh. So half-time at the DHL Stadium, Edinburgh leading 10 points to 7. The Stormers are still in the hunt, but it was a pretty average first half. Will need to be substantially better. Go and get your beers, go get yourself sorted, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Just remember, you can still go and register on the site. And you can get a chance to win yourself a free bet to the value of 50 Rand on BetCoza. So go and get yourself signed up over there and get yourself into that draw, which will be done at the end of the game. But yeah, we'll see you guys now. And we are back. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. Halftime, Stormers 7 points to 10, trailing Edinburgh. And not the half that the Stormers would have wanted to have seen. Very, very ordinary. I have the current champions looked in front of their home crowd. It is what looks like maybe a fifth of a full stadium. Very hot, very nice conditions down in Cape Town. Very scrappy rugby, which is a pity because, as I said, the conditions lend itself towards really nice running rugby, but it's just definitely not been the case thus far. So hopefully we'll see a much better second half. But very quickly, if you'd like to win yourself a free bet, courtesy of Ecosa, who are powering the stream, go and click the link in the description. Go and get your prediction in, and you will be drawn into a draw for the free bet. And the person with the closest prediction will be winning a 100 Rand free bet, courtesy of Bet Koza. At the beginning of the stream, we did a poll, and over 100 people voted, and 91% of people said the Stormers are going to win. We also had a Forever Sports bet boost, which had all South African teams to win at 7-1 odds. So for that to all sort of start coming true, we're going to need a much better performance from the Stormers in the second half. As EDINBURGH does get things back underway, Stormers were playing right to left. Edinburgh were very good for the first half an hour, probably kicking themselves. They didn't manage to get more in the first half. I think it's been quite lenient at the scrums, the referee. I think that the Stormers scrum were under a lot of pressure, but weren't always penalised, which maybe they weren't infringements necessarily. But I think that we often see, when teams get any sort of dominance, they often get rewarded. Anyway, early tester for Clayton Blommy. Takes it well up the air. Paul de Vet going to Evan Lewis, had a very quiet game, giving it out to Joseph Dweber. He's been pretty productive so far in this game. EDINBURGH going to Angela Davids. Penalty advantage, 15 now on side, so an early penalty for Edinburgh. It was Dion Ferree who scored the try for the Stormers. And the good news is, people, I found a cold beer, and it's going to taste beautiful. Yes, mate. Yes, man. Yes, man. Yes, man. Life is never that tough when you can have a cold beer on a Saturday afternoon. I'm going to go through to have a brine now after this. Going to consume plenty more of those. Life. There are tough times in life. Today is not one of them. Gorgeous weather here in Johannesburg. The Stormers have kicked it right onto the 5-meter line. Good kick there from EDINBURGH. Perfect opportunity for them to try and get an early try and take the lead. The question is, can they capitalize? Tian saying, think Edinburgh lucky not to get more reward at scrum time in that first half. Different rep would have been harsher on Viapia. Well, technically, he should have been. Yeah, what should Viapia? Western Province or Viapia now? Because he's also playing. Good lineup. The lines have been very good. Joseph Weber has been pretty solid lineup time so far, so a lot of confidence coming from him there. Would like to see them more with ball in hand this half. Advantage offside there at the maul now. Joseph Weber. They're not going to be able to get this ball out. And I'll tell you what, Edinburgh need to be careful because they finished the half with a string of penalties. So they start the half with a string of penalties. They could suddenly be back down. It could have been down 30 men if they don't be careful. Rassi is in the Cape Town Stadium. He's back after a stadium ban and he's in the crowd. You got a lot things you love to see. Another good line out once again. They're backing themselves the running more. It has potted out. Joseph Dweber! Well, that's what he needs. That's what he needs. Drop for the Springboks. A lot of people are very critical for Joseph Dweber. The rolling more come to the side. He decided to go himself. Too much power. On debut, Joseph Dweber steals a try in front of Rassi Erasmus, who is there. That'll be a very relieved hooker in Joseph Dweber. Look what it means to him. He's been the brunt of a lot of jokes, a lot of people questioning his quality. John Dobson's very excited about him. He has a try on debut. So far, no lineouts lost. Joseph Dweber will be very happy with his first performance so far. Still, I'd like to see him more with ball in hand. He's such a good ball carrier. We need to see him carrying it up, bashing people down. Yeah, 14 points during the yellow card. I think that's the most important thing, isn't it? Right, we start from Edinburgh. Good take out the air from Dan Dubussy under a lot of pressure. But a good start here for the Stormers in the second half. They managed to score 2 tries whilst Edinburgh had been down to 14 men. So really capitalising on it. Now Monty Leibach looking to run out of the 22 here. Played Morning gives Damian Williamson. Williams to Angela Davids. Angela Davids as well to cut inside. Stormers have managed to go from behind the 22 just outside. Paul de Vet now to Monty Leibach. Monty Leibach going to Leadership. Good carry from him, well supported by his prop partner in Brock Harris. Long ball out to Chiba Damani. Chiba Damani inside ball to Dan Dubussy. Inside ball to Monty Leibach. Monty Leibach to Paul de Vet. Paul de Vet's got a lot of pace. Looking for support. Comes in the form of Evan Ruiz. This is much better from the Stormers. But they're not protecting possession. Edinburgh have turned this over and have won a penalty. It's very frustrating. They're taking it quickly as Velicott. Tap and go there. The referee needs to get out of the way here. And a penalty for the Stormers. Dion Ferree managing to win that penalty now. So back-to-back penalties there on either side for either team. But that's a bit more what we've seen from the Stormers. A couple of deft touches, some nice little inside passes, and they always look for support around. As soon as they're making that line break, the first thing they're thinking of is, where am I getting this? You know, they know, and Dan Dubussy knows he's making a line break at the half line. He doesn't have the pace to go all the way. The first thing he does is, where's my support? Where can I get this off to? Same as Paul de Vet. As the scrum off. Cool. I can see Evan Ruiz there. Pop it to Evan Ruiz. When he goes down, I'm ready to try and recycle that. Unfortunately, there was nowhere to clean out the Edinburgh tackler. So there was that turnover, but then Ben Carter taking it quickly and Dion Ferree winning the penalty from that. Edinburgh are back to a full contingent, however. McAnavy's back on. When he left, it was 10 points to 0, and he's back on at 14-10. So safe to say that they really have suffered that yellow card pretty well. Right, we're going to see Monty Leibach having a shot at goal here. Yeah, well done. Well done. This is the Stormers that we've kind of been waiting to see. 17 points to 10. Very good start. Right, so it's a pretty poor restart, Paul, and Evan Lewis has knocked that on. So Edinburgh will have a scrum. Right, scrum here for Edinburgh. They go to Kinghorn. They've got a penalty advantage here to Edinburgh, so they should be able to close the gap a little bit. Those 3 points, if they can they choose to use it. Hamish Watson. The clock goes short to Pierce Goodman, the try scorer. Another penalty advantage. The clock goes to, that's a replacement, by the way. Number 23 is on the park, which is Chris Dean for Edinburgh. It's a good carry there from James Lang. Richie slips the first tackle. Couple of penalty advantage here. Kinghorn going to Hamish Watson. Edinburgh trying to get over the advantage line, but good phase players. They're going to their 9th phase. Grant Gilchrist. Now ball over the top. EDINBURGH. Darcy Graham gets away from EDINBURGH. Darcy Graham runs into Evan Lewis. Makes a few yards. Good run there by Darcy Graham. We haven't seen much of him. Sam Skinner being driven back by Daimani and Brock Harris. Just on the side of the 22 at the moment. Kinghorn. Good hands there. And but there's a player who is down. And I think Evan Lewis could be in trouble here. You know, Evan Lewis seemed to have taken him down on the ground. And he stayed down. We are going to have a TMO check, yeah. I want to see what happens here between Evan Lewis. Hey, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. Evan Lewis has slammed him to the floor, and I think it was elbow on his head. No, that doesn't look good at all. I think Evan Lewis is in trouble, yeah. Yeah, yellow card for Evan Lewis looks like it. Yeah, Evan Lewis is going to the bin. He's slammed Nick Haining down on the floor using his elbow basically around his on sort of the neck area. And Nick Haining has stayed down, and it looks like Evan Lewis is going to get a yellow card here. Yep, but Evan Lewis goes to the bin. 3rd yellow card of the game. That's unnecessary. There's no need for it. You know, you can understand that they're tussling and stuff like that. But, yeah, Nick Haning's going off for an HIA. And just absolutely unnecessary, to be honest. You can see the tussling here, and then Edinburgh goes down. Yeah, I don't think Edinburgh's going to have too many complaints about that. Right, so Blake Kinghorn pretty much bang in front, but doesn't get much more in front of this. Pops it over, and all of a sudden it's once again a 4-point game. And both teams have scored points whenever they have had opposite had players on the bench. Here comes Sazi Sandi. So neatly Bashir makes way. Sazi Sandi, I'm hoping he really does make it because I really enjoyed watching him at school level at St Andrews. Got a really good pair of hands under Sazi Sandi. Darmani chasing hard, but it's a good take there from Henry Immelman. Outside, so conking into touch here, can Edinburgh. Richie carrying it strongly there. Good take under the high ball there from Damian Williamson. Just trying to tell me they're trying to bundle him out though. He's fighting really hard to stay in field. Does stay in field. Does really well stay in field. Paul de Vet goes to Salam Murat. And Paul de Vet goes to Marvin Ori. Marvin Ori very stagnant. Achieve Damari wants to pick up and go. Good hands there from Williamson. Top spots are back. Bounces on Clayton Blomikis now. Looking to get involved. Murat goes to Marnie Liebach. Liebach goes to Williamson. Williamson on the outside. Williamson inside. Williamson still going. Gets the offload away to Paul de Vet as well. Pops it up to Joseph Duemba. Joseph Duemba gives it to Chiba Damani. Damani slips away from one. Hands off another. Still going to Damani. Really good carry from him. Paul de Vet now going. Oh, it's gone to no one really. Dion Farid come away with it though. Dion Farid at full tilt. Dion Farid going. Gets the offload away. Turnover ball here. It'll be a knock on. Cover pass not going to hand, but this is what the Stormers do so well. So they're really good in open play. Managed to keep the ball alive. A couple of solid passes and a couple of pop passes. And look, you always are playing. It's always going to be game margins, you know. Right, a couple of replacements here. Yankees, Junior Pocamela being ready. Yeah, I'm seeing a little log is being consumed in the stands. RJ Smith as well. Yo, that's a proper thug haircut he's got at the moment. Right, so a couple of changes. Well, it's almost a man new pack here for Stormers. RJ Smith onto the park as well as Junior Pocamela. 2 new props on as well. So Salam Murat makes way. As is Paul de Vet. Paul de Vet, solid game from him. Leon Zash running the water today. They'll be desperate to get him back into the side very soon. Right, first scrum here for Saudi Sunday. What has gone down? We'll have a reset here. Dandy proceeds into the scrum here. Everyone still in the bin. I think it's a free kick, I'm assuming. Because about to say free kick for Edinburgh for standing up as the call. They're going to call for another scrum here. So it's Saudi Sunday against Pierre Skuman. BFN now up against Brock Harris. And scrums have been a bit of an issue the entire game. We haven't really seen much consistency and even flow with the scrums. Pity, because the start of this game, of this half was flowing quite nicely. We didn't have too many stoppages. We had quite a couple of open stages of play, but now advantage going down. Yeah, Bettercott goes to Kinghorn. Kinghorn skips into Darcy Graham. Darcy Graham the inside. Darcy Graham still gets past the halfway line. Picks up and goes himself as nobody was really contesting. He's eventually brought down by Dan Duplessis at Hershey Yankees. Hershey Yankees trying to hold him up. Good support there from Ben Mancaster. Now Bettercott goes to Hamish Watson. Hamish Watson pops it up to Grant Gilchrist. Kinghorn pretty flat. Richie taking it to the ground there. Bettercott now. Tackle made on Lang by Dweber. Now Bettercott goes to him. Immelman sat down. Niebach comes inside. Has support from Hoyland next to him. Now Pierre Skuman goes himself. Big hit on him from RJ Smith. Bettercott goes to Kinghorn. Now Cox kick across to Darcy Graham. Does stand up for Darcy Graham. Darcy Graham cuts inside, but Clayton Blomkeys does make the tackle. But a nice little bit of a variation attack there from Edinburgh. Now Skinner gives it away to Kinghorn. Kinghorn flat to Pierre Skuman. Hit hard by Sazi Sandi, as well as I think it's Joseph Dweber. Not too much on, so the kick over the top from Bettercott. David is retreating, gives it away to Blomkeys. Blomkeys with his left foot. Will find touch by the halfway line. Good passage to play there from Edinburgh, but I think it's a bit of a waste to kick that ball over the top. Time off. I don't know if we're going to have another water break here. I hope not. Right, well, here comes Andre Hugo Fenter. So Joseph Dweber's debut comes to an end. Well, try and debut, I think you'd be pretty happy with that. Lineouts were pretty good. I don't think he lost a single one. I'm going to check the stats here, but I think the lineouts have operated 100% here for Stormers, so... So looking at the stats here. Yep, 7 from 7 lines from the Stormers, so a perfect day at line time for Joseph Dweber. His game reads as 3 carries, 5 tackles, no missed tackles, a turnover 1, and a try. He gained 10 meters on the attack, across his 3 carries, so I think he'll be very happy with that day. Good hands there. Hamish Watson being stopped in his tracks, though. Good tackle from Davids, but he's still going as Williamson. Herschel Youngs came for the intercept, but missing it out. Sam Skinner's come away with it. Junior Pocamilla showing his strength there, but they do get it away. McInally steps inside, almost hits tackle of RJ Smith. Bettercott goes to Kinghorn, not too much on the left-hand side, so he goes towards the right, sees a bit of space. Searching for 322, but he's overcooked that kick, and Clayton Blomkeys will have plenty of time. Picks it up. Now goes to his right boot. Showing his skill set there, Clayton Blomkeys. Very much in the mold of Watchalong. Kicks with both feet as Clayton Blomkeys, very much a live wire fullback. Probably has more sort of X factor from a running point of view. Probably got a bit of a better turn of pace and step, but not quite as good a playmaker maybe as Watchalong, who is starting today in the top 14. You got a backline on. You got Finn Russell and Watchalong lining up ahead of you. You just know that you expect the unexpected in that kind of team. Right, very good steal from the line there from Marvin Ori. Comes back to Angelo Davids. He gives it to Martin Liebach. Liebach gives it to Willemse. Willemse, deep kick from him towards the right-hand side. Immelman lifts us high in the air. It'll be a tester for Clayton Blommerkeys. Pops it to Willemse. Willemse wants to get going. Willemse, good offload to Clayton Blommerkeys. Good step from Blommerkeys as well. Not too much on. Pops it up to Andre Hugo Venter, the hero from last weekend's performance down in the Donny Craven Stadium in Stellenbosch. Now Hershey Yankees goes flat to Martin Liebach. Inside ball to Clayton Blommerkeys, but it's well read by the Edinburgh defence. Gilchrist alive to the threat. Hershey Yankees swings it to Willemse. Not too much on for Willemse, so he just puts it to the boot. And where's this going to... And Davis is after this one. That's perfectly Hoyland coming across. But Angelo Davis ripped it off the ground. Popped it up to Armani, but gives it to Hershey Yankees. Hershey Yankees flat to Andre Hugo Venter. Venter gone away from one. He's kind of just short as Venter. The ball's coming up loose though, and Edinburgh managed to turn it over. So it is turnover ball. Edinburgh right on their try line. The perfect over through there from Willemse, which just slowed up, and a great turnover from Angelo Davids. And that ball hadn't squirted outside the ruck. But that, and as I've been singing his praises, Damian Williamson has let the ball go straight through the breadbasket and has knocked it on. Right, just on the comments. Somebody doesn't understand any punctuation or... Stephen, just because you put it in caps doesn't make it like much easier to read, just by the way. Any Edinburgh players' names. How do you know you're new to the stream without saying you're new to the stream? Obviously, I was about to say our locks look dead on their feet. Breathtaking commentary. Yeah, thank you very much, Vincent. Appreciate your work. Russ needs to mature his game. Still does many stupid things. Agreed. Hi, Luke. Hope you're well. And Steve, if you're an embarrassment to my name, if you need a course on grammar and use of punctuation, let me know. I can swing you a link. But yes, welcome to the stream. A couple of new faces in here. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. 90 minutes left in the game. Still very open, actually, to be honest. Could swing both ways. A reminder that we will be doing a draw for some free bets in about 15 minutes time. Obviously, we can't give away the one for the score prediction until the end, but we can do a lucky draw to see who'll be getting a 50 Rand free bet, courtesy of Bet Koza. So a big thank you to them for supporting the channel. Solid scrum, so the replacements for Stormers have worked there. It's gone down once again on Sunday side. And terrible camera work. Hershey Yankees come away with the turnover ball, gets the offload away to Judah Pokamela. Penalty for offside is the call. I think it comes from the side. Williams can't believe it. Boos echo around DHL Stadium. Hershey Yankees is not happy with that, as is Damian Williamson. They're going to reverse the penalty here. They're going to reverse the penalty. Yeah, penalty for Stormers. Yeah, and we've seen that penalised a lot, and I actually enjoy the fact that they're penalising. Basically, what we've seen is that we've seen the attacking team from the back of the scrum sort of creeping up, and they're taking the ball on the advantage line. And if the defending team has to stay 5 meters like they're supposed to, there's no chance of stopping them before the gain line. So It's like a guaranteed gain line carry every single time. Right, EDINBURGH's going to take the 3 here, put the Stormers a converted try ahead. EDINBURGH head down. That's a really, really good kick from him. He's definitely putting his debut and his hand up for the box. Kicking boots on today is EDINBURGH, a replacement for Edinburgh. Glenn Young is on. Waiting for confirmation on exactly who he's on for. Last 16 minutes of the game. On for Grant Gilchrist. Good take from Dave Gronkies from the kickoff. Last 50 minutes, Stormers leading 20 points to 13. We will be doing a draw for our 50 Rand free bet in about 10 minutes' time. So a contested kick and it comes away with Darmani. Backwards with blue is the call there. Everyone was back on the park so we can remove that yellow card. But turnover ball here and Hoyland's almost away. Remember, turnover ball here. Very broken defensive line here, as the commentator is saying there. But good work by Ashley Davies, who came up and had to make the tackle. Christine carrying it up. Hamish Watson was caught in the ball, pops it up to Darcy Graham. Darcy Graham not too much on. Smashed by Angela Davis, but does make a few meters. Here goes away to Skuman. That's a huge tackle on Skuman by the two Stormers props there. Now Kinghorn. Christine, long pass out. Nice pass out to Hoyland. Hoyland's got a bit of space in front of him. Tries to chip ahead. Not his best chip, and the ball comes loose. Evan Roos is trying to gather it. And the ball loose once again. Popped up to EDINBURGH. EDINBURGH long pass out to nobody. Damian Williamson is having to rein this in. Damian Williamson not too much on. Just goes to the boot. Probably the right idea from him. Well, jeepers, he finds touch as well. But taking it quickly, you have EDINBURGH come back inside for Immelman. Immelman to Darcy Graham. Darcy Graham's got Junior Pokamele ahead of him, who does make the tackle with help from Brock Harris, the veteran prop. McInerney gives it short to Kinghorn. Kinghorn flat to Mancaster there. Glenn Williamson's come off the line quickly. Oh, a bit of a juggle there from Christine. And he's started straight into the hands of Suleiman Hartzenberg. Suleiman Hartzenberg, has he got the pace? He has got the pace. You're not going to stop him. We haven't seen him all half. But he's taken that like a gift. Early Christmas present here for Suleiman Hartzenberg. The youngster played in the under-20s earlier this year. Incredibly talented. Plays center. Oh, the fans love it. The fans absolutely love it. And Suleiman Hartzenberg, straight out of the Varsity Cup, he's now got a try for the Stormers. First career try for the youngster. We're going to have a water break, but against the run play, the 19-year-old has gone over. Yeah, I mean, just pretty poor pass. Makes the interception. Once he gets the ball away, Hoyland's got no chance of catching him. Plenty of pace. And Hartzenberg, well, I think that should pretty much do it for the Stormers. And a full house for South African victory still on the card. Stormers 3 tries to 1. EDINBURGH will add the 2 extras. It's right underneath the pulse. There should be no issue whatsoever. 27 points to 13. 2 converted tries only gets Edinburgh level with 12 minutes to go. Well, they started slowly here, did Edinburgh, but they've really got into the game, and that should do it from them. Another water break here. Really not a fan of the new water break system. I think that we are losing a lot of time. It is being trialed, so things can need change, and I think they're going to have to look at a change. Because for me, it's just not working. And a knock on from the kickoff, so it will be a Stormers scrum. As we enter the last 11 minutes of the game, Ernst van Rijn on for Chiva Daimani. Another good performance from Daimani. So as it stands, Vincent Mering will be our winner of the 100 Rand free bet, unless the score does change. So, Vincent, if I was you, I'll be supporting exactly the score line. 100 Rand free bet, courtesy of BetCoza. We'll also be giving you a 50 Rand free bet. We will be drawing a random name from there. You have to be signed up, though. So, the link in the description, make sure you go and sign up for BetCoza using the link in the description. And go create your account, and you can win a free bet. We're going to give away free bets on all rugby streams. So plenty of opportunities for you to win over the course of the season. And a penalty for the Stormers from the scrum. I think it's their first scrum penalty, by the way. They really struggled throughout the game at the scrums. Time for another beer. 9 more minutes, and then, lads, I'm cracking off, going to a braai, gonna put some meat in the fire. I'm gonna do what South Africans do. At this stage, Carl will be with you guys for the Sharks game tonight. I will not be with. I'm taking an evening off. I know, shock. It'll be my first Saturday evening where I'm not live since I think like the 25th of August. So it has been a long grind. Very good flat ball there from Andre Hugo Fenter to Damian Williamson, but it's a very good turnover. Penalty advantage for Edinburgh. Pygos going to the replacement loose head for Edinburgh, who's on the park. Luan de Brain. I mean, you gotta love it. The fence, the surnames of the props today for Edinburgh are Skuman, Nell, Pierre Nell, by the way. Bowen Fenter, Lewin De Bruin. So we've got a Nell, a Fenter, De Bruin, and a Skuman playing for Edinburgh. But they don't find touch here. Do Edinburgh, so that's a mistake from them. Clayton Blommake's just dabbing it ahead. Immelman now won't find touch either. Go start down the throat of Marty Liebach inside to Damian Williamson. Williamson throws a long pass into touch. That could be one of the worst passes that Damian Williamson might ever make in his career. A little bit of a spillage there. Spillage of snippage, eh? Right, Edinburgh. That's a very good take. Ben Costa inside ball there to Pelgos. Edinburgh up to the 22 from the line out after a terrible pass from Damian Williamson. Some of the comments saying, Alpha Linging saying, as the team started like a house on fire, Sharks got to get the job done. Good defense there. Steven saying, water breaks are nonsense, I believe. It's just an excuse to give big, heavy forwards a breather. You could argue the big guys are not fit enough. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the water breaks. I think that I can understand the idea. For me, the concept was good when they said that it was just very good handling here from Edinburgh. Hamish Watson getting away from 2 as well. Hamish Watson played pretty well actually when he's carried the ball. Richie now. Good carry there. Pargos inside ball. Darcy Graham almost slipping through. Bit of a slippery character there, Dylan. Oh, I mean, that was almost supposed to be a Hail Mary offload. Good touch there, though. Hoyland, Hoyland's got a bit of space ahead of him. Hoyland. Damian Williamson makes the tackle. Clayton Blommake's trying to go where he doesn't want to go, but it's a good pop-up. Lewin De Bruin, or it's Bowen Fenter, actually, carrying it in there. Ben Mancoster now trying to come back in the angle. Back to Pargos to Dave Cherry. Stop, we're going to go back because I think there is an injury. Yeah, I mean, I like the idea. I enjoyed the reasoning behind the water breaks where they said they want to try and speed up the game and stuff like that. And they wanted to get away from the fact that medics would just run on with water and they give instructions and stuff like that. But I don't think it's helped. We're still having stoppages here. Damian Williamson's down getting rid of tension. I would take them off. I would put on Sasha Gomazulu. The last person you need injured from a sparking Rock and Stormer's perspective is Damian Williamson. So I wouldn't even begin to take a chance with him. But the reality is, I think it's just made it longer. I think that these games now, this one's going to probably take about an hour and 52 minutes. We saw the Bulls game run over 2 hours yesterday, which is not great. I mean, you think about it, it's a 40-minute game, so 40-minute half, 80-minute game, 20 minutes or half time, 90 minutes. So you're looking at 90 minutes. So I think a game which is finished within 105 minutes is not bad. I think 100 minutes needs to be our goal here. Try and get a game within 100 minutes, about an hour and a half. Just over an hour and a half. When we start getting to 110, 120, 140, 150 minutes, it's too long. We're going to have a TMO check here. I'm not sure what we're checking. But in the meantime, whilst we do that check, why don't we do a lucky draw and give away a free bet? We're going to be using the Wheel of Names. And the names going in are Voni, we're going to have Vincent going in there. Vincent, we're going to have Divinito going into the Wheel of Fortune. Who else are we going into the Wheel of Fortune? Who else has made a prediction? Dylan's going in there as well as Wayne Lee. A couple of other names going into the Wheel of Fortune. We're about to get it spinning now. All in. Right, it's spinning. It's spinning. Some of the names that are entered. The winner of the 50 Rand free bet, courtesy of Betco's, will be Divinito Zol. Right, so Divinito Zol, you are the winner of our free bet, our random free bet draw. So congratulations. Make sure you signed up for BetCoza because you will be credited with a free bet. 50 Rand free bet. They're having a no, I don't think as much in this. They're having a TMO look over here. I think it's a pretty solid tackle from I think it's dominant tackle. So I think Richie dips a little bit. I think it looks like there is head-on-head contact. He is pretty upright in the tackle side of Sunday, which they're trying to get away from. So I think right, so Sun's going to be red carded. Which I think it's a bit harsh. I think a yellow card would have been fair here. Right, so Sunny's going to get a red card here. I'm not sure about that, I must admit. Not sure. Look, the biggest thing is at the moment from a World Rugby perspective, and they need to address, they need to come out and actually and make it count, is that they're trying to get players away from tackling upright. So, for example, Sazi Sandi, for example, drops his head, goes in with the shoulder. You can't, that's not going to be the case unless you go upright, shoulder to head contact. Head and head contact starts with a red card. I understand that, and I think it's good. It's a good idea. You look at that there, and I think that Richie, for example, leads with his head as well, sort of goes down. It's not like he's running upright. I think at the most it's a penalty. I think it's an unfortunately coming together. I think Sazi Sadi is this is gonna be a try, by the way. What a rolling maul this is. Well, Edinburgh over. That's a fantastic rolling maul. That must be said. Congratulations to Edinburgh because that's a very impressive rolling maul. Is it too late for them to have a comeback? I think it's harsh though. I can understand a penalty in terms of, mate, you've got to drop. We've been trying to get this out. We can understand how it's happened. It's not entirely your fault, but if you're not in that position, it can't happen. But a red card for that, I struggle to understand. I really do. I feel sorry for him. Again, I understand the precedent because what they're trying to do is change the players' behavior. And look, players do need to change the behavior, but the problem is, especially when you see players, you're sitting there going down. As soon as somebody changes their angle, your default is to stand up, and then you make that hit. So I don't understand the precedent in terms of trying to get players to drop their thing, but it's just that's a big kick, and they've missed it though. So Stormers, I think are going to get over the line here, unless Edinburgh really do come back, but they're going to need more than a penalty try. And again, I think, a long TMO check. This game was on track to finish now. It should have finished now. That's where we were on track to. An hour, 50 minutes, you're looking at that. That's what? That's about 110 minutes to play 90 minutes worth. So not terrible. But no, there was head-on-head contact. That's the thing. As soon as it's head-on-head contact, it's foul play. They started a red card. They work it down. And that's a knock-on from Henry Immelman. So, yeah, I like the ref. I mean, Evan Lewis is trying to rip the ball away, and the ref is saying, "It's a scrum. What are you supposed to do? You're gonna quickly pull two front row together, have the scrum, and get it away from them. Calm yourself." Manibok. Like, horrendous restart. Really, really poor restart from him. It wasn't supposed to be like that. And Henry Immelman has just popped it straight out. I mean, Monty Libok's literally laughing at him. He's laughing. You're being laughed at, Henry Immelman. Marvin Oye making his way because the Stormers had to put on a prop. Right, so currently it's a 9-point game. Who would win if it's a 9-point game? I think Vincent is still the closest. Yeah, Vincent is still the closest. So Vincent in pole position to win that 100 Rand free bet. We've already given 50 Rand away to Divinito Zol. Leibach goes to claim Lomikeys. A bit of a shot for claim Lomikeys. So Shiankies goes, and the fumble from Andre Hugo Fenter, but he does manage to regather. Oh, that's a horrible, horrible piece of handling there from Nedley Mashir. Big tackle coming from Hartzenberg. We've seen very little of him, apart from the try in the second half. Last minute and a half. Yes, Stormers will get the job done. They'll be chuffed with that. It's a pretty poor kick, and it does find touch. So Stormers will finish with the line out. Look, the big thing with Stormers at the moment is a bonus points on the line. You know, are they going to be the only South African team so far this weekend to not get a bonus point? And that, my friend, is why forwards don't kick. Neck roll by 15, I think it was. Well, I don't know if it was on 15 or by 15. I think it was by 15. That's what they say. The Stormers will have a penalty to finish the game, yeah. So we'll have an opportunity to kick this to the corner. They score a try. We will have 3 bonus point wins. 15 out of a possible 15 points. It's a big tackle from Hartzenberg there. And Henry Emmerman rolls Sasham Gomazulu, who's not happy about that at all. There goes the hooter. One last roll of the dice Stormers here. Can they get a bonus point victory? I mean, the Lions did. Just saying. Lions did away. So, basically, if the Stormers don't get a bonus point victory, I am declaring the Lions the best South African team. And I think that's fair. I do think that's fair. I think that's pretty accurate, to be honest. Almost 300 people watching. Please do subscribe to the channel. We are annoyingly close to 20,000 subscribers. Like 400 people close to 20,000 subscribers. So, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, don't be that guy. Or girl. Very good. More defense must be said from Edinburgh. Subscribe to the channel now. Let's try and see if we can get to 90,600. And we'll just try and slowly tick off 100 subscribers per time. Get up to 20,000 subscribers. I'd love to be at 20,000 subscribers before the end of your tour. That's our goal. Hershey Yankees back on the inside too. Monty Leibach gets on the outside. Brings in Hartzenberg. Hartzenberg goes over. Stormers with a bonus point win. And there it is. Bonus point victory for the Stormers. They started a little slowly. They had to come from behind, but they get the job done. Hartzenberg with a brace. Some of the easier tries he will score in his career. Although the interception was good hands. Good take from him. But Monty Leibach's just drawing the defender, giving it out to Hartzenberg. Hartzenberg goes over. Bonus point for the Stormers. We've seen bonus point victories for the Stormers, Bulls, and Lions. Over to you, Sharks. Can you make it a full house for South African teams? Fun fact, by the way, is that with Betcoza, we had a Forever Sports bet boost, and they changed and they gave us really good odds. It was 5-1 odds for all South African teams to win. They gave us 7-1. So you could turn 10 Rand into 70 Rand. You could turn 100 Rand into 700 Rand with Betcoza. If the Sharks clutch up later, that bet is on. They're probably not going to be very happy with us if that does go through. But that's the nice thing. So make sure you go and sign with Betcoza. Our link is in the description. Because we will be having weekly Forever Sports bet boosts. We will also be giving away free bets every single URC stream. So plenty of opportunities for you to win a bit of cash money. Right, maybe saying Money does does so much good stuff. Albert says, I'm not a Stormer, but well done, Stormers. Dylan says, please re-enter me into the draw. Vu says, there's comments on Stormers backline attack. I enjoyed your grammar lesson. Well, thank you, Stephen, for having a good sense of humor. I really appreciate that and enjoy that. Right, people. Final score, 34 points to 18, which is a 16-point advantage. Ooh, well, we're gonna have to go to a draw because there are a couple of people in and around that. Actually, no, I lie. Yeah, the person with the closest prediction is Dylan. So Dylan, I don't have to re-enter you into the draw, but you have got the closest prediction. So Dylan, you will receive a 100 Rand free bet courtesy of BetKoza. So congratulations to everybody else. We will be giving away another 150 Rands worth of free bets tonight. If we do go live, it should be Carl taking you through Sharks versus Dragons. To everybody that's joined me, thank you very much for watching. Please do smash like on the way out. Congratulations to Stormers, 34 points to 18. The South African side, they be cooking this weekend. Can the Sharks make it 4 from 4? We'll find out tonight. Smash like on the video, subscribe on the way out, and I'll see you guys all.